Hey there, I'm Sage Crane, and you're watching D&D Daily, where we release new D&D content every day. If you're looking for D&D inspiration and information, then you're in the right spot, because today we're talking about the Master of Manipulation, the Enchantress. The Enchantress was born into nobility, and as such, she mastered all the proper etiquette, manners, and customs of high society. Of course, her psychic abilities certainly didn't hurt her political maneuverings, and as such, her skills took her family into the next level of high society. However, a quick climb creates a quick target on the back, and as such, a rival noble house targeted the family, and through betrayal and subterfuge, betrayed the house and killed her family. Now, the Enchantress wants vengeance on this rival house, and is willing to do much to get to it. The Enchantress's personality is a subtle, charming, and confident woman. She comes across as perfect. If you were to look at her from a third party, you might think she has it all, and that life has been all too nice to her. However, you would be wrong, because beneath this subtle, charming, and confident air, there is an angry and vengeful girl who is looking to hurt the people who hurt her. In combat, the Enchantress is a control debuffer. She can make the enemies have a difficult time doing the job they're wanting to do, and one of the coolest things about the Enchantress is she can often do this while looking like she's doing absolutely nothing. I can see her saying something along the lines of like, "I'll leave the fighting to the boys," or whatever, and then she'll go sit down and pretend like she's not engaging. However, in the background, she's quiet casting a whole bunch of debuff spells and is absolutely playing a part in the combat, but you wouldn't know it if you're looking at it from a third-party perspective. She's also really good at avoiding in combat entirely, through spells like Calm Emotions and Suggestion and a whole bunch of other ones. She's able to defuse combats before they even happen. Now, out of combat, the Sorceress is a social powerhouse. She knows who to talk to by using her Courtier's Court Functionary background feature, and how to get them to talk, either using her natural charms, her magical charms, or detect thoughts just to read their minds. The Enchantress will likely be the face of your group, and can either talk her way through situations or navigate them using her magical powers. During the Enchantress's downtime, she would likely be working towards increasing the party's political sway. She'd be attempting to make friends with those who are in power, and is constantly looking for ways to gain an upper hand against that rival house that killed her family. The key mechanic of the Enchantress is psionic spells. The cool thing about psionic spells is you get a list of your 10 spells, but you can also swap them out for any spell in the divination or enchantment school as long as it's sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. This is really unheard of in D&D and is a very unique ability that she has. And what's really cool about the psionic spells is once you hit level 6, you can start casting them using your sorcery points, and they automatically get quiet casted. So we really want to make these 10 spells count as the ones that she's going to be doing quietly. So the ones she's going to be doing at dinner tables and so on and so forth. The first one that really stands out to me is Detect Thoughts. Really cool because she can use her telepathic speech Aberrant Mind feature to talk inside somebody's head, and she can ask questions. And then she can use Detect Thoughts to hear the answers to those questions, whether they're saying them or not. So she's really good at interrogation, whether or not it's an interrogation setting. The second standout to me is Suggestion, because again, she can just speak the suggestion into their mind using telepathic speech. And if they fail their saving throw, then they're going to have to do whatever it is, and it basically becomes mind control. So versatile, both in combat and out of combat. And also just for shenanigans. I can totally see her using this to make someone act like a chicken for 8 hours. Another honorable mention is Enemies Abound. It just goes along with her flavor very well. She's just sitting there minding her own business, and then all of the sudden somebody goes mad and starts either attacking everybody around them or screaming and running away. The last honorable mention I'm going to talk about is Dominate Person, which is basically the pièce de résistance of her spells, because quietly she can take over the dominated person, give them their orders through telepathic speech, and she is in full control at that point. Now, the Enchantress isn't good at everything, just like every character in the game, and as such she has some weaknesses. She is not the best direct combatant, she isn't strong, and she doesn't have a lot of health, and she does not have a lot of AC. Also, anti-magic is particularly strong against her, making her basically useless. As an NPC, I would play the Enchantress as a villain. The concept of a villain being able to go into other people's minds and make them do things is really cool, especially if you put that villain in a situation that favors that kind of style. So just a quick one-shot idea would be putting everybody into a house, for the dinner, and you can't leave or come, there's rain outside, there's a storm or whatever, and then murders start happening, that classic trope. We know it's one of the guests, we don't know which one. Now, the Enchantress would be using a dominate person to get other people to do her dirty work for her, and it would seem like there was one murder and, we wrapped that up, and then there would be another murder that happened, and maybe the Enchantress would use a calling card so we know that those murders were tied together. If I were to play her as a good NPC, she would definitely be in a political situation, and you might not even know that she has all these magical powers. She might be using them in the background just to subtly nudge her way into better political situations to make the world a better place. How would you use the Enchantress in one of your games? What would you do to make her better? Let us know in the comments below. You can also tell us what you thought of this episode by hitting the thumbs up or thumbs down. Either way, it helps us know what kind of content you are looking for. And on the next episode of D&D Flavor Builds, we're going to be talking about the Prankster, a gnome with a penchant for tension. Hit the subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching!